Ready to migrate from Wix to Shopify but don't know where to start? You're in the right place. I've personally completed this migration multiple times and I'm about to show you the streamlined process that actually works. I'll show you how I changed this Wix website into Shopify using this method. And most people approach this migration completely wrong. They think it's either gonna cost thousands of dollars in developer fees, or they assume they need to rebuild their entire site from scratch and lose everything. Now I will show you my step-by-step system for transferring everything, your complete product catalog, the customer database, reviews, order history, all of it moves over smoothly without any data loss. So if you're ready to finally make this happen, let's dive right in. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is log into your Wix site. As you can see, I'm logged in and this is the dashboard and the backend of my site. So I'll take you to migrating everything from this site over to Shopify. So from Wix, as you can see, this is the site that I made and I'll transfer everything. Now next up, if you don't already have a Shopify account, you're gonna need to create one. And I've got a link down in the description below that will give you access to 3 months of Shopify for just $1 per month. If you use that link, it really helps support the channel and get you a better deal. So just create your account and don't worry about adding products or designing anything yet. We're gonna handle all of that through the migration process. Then next, to do this migration, we're gonna use a tool called Cart to Cart. This is hands down the best migration tool I've found for moving stores between different platforms. Go to cart2cart.com, I'll leave a link down in the description, and once you're there, we can enter the correct migration details. So we're gonna move from Wix right here to Shopify, and then we can simply click free demo and fill in our email and click try free demo, just like that. And then we continue. And then I'll ask you to choose your role, select store owner. Most of us will be the store owner, but obviously if you're an agency or a freelancer, click on those. I will click store owner. From here, we can choose 3 options once again. We can follow the migration wizard, we can let the team assist us, or we can calculate our prices. Now we're gonna follow the migration wizard, as I'm gonna show you anyway how to do this from beginning to end. So we click start free demo. Now we can see that the migration has mainly 4 stages. First, we have to connect the source store, which will be Wix. Then we have to connect the target store, Shopify. We need to select all the entities, so all the data points, products, reviews, coupons, customers, everything. And then from there, we continue with the steps. First of all, let's connect with our Wix site. And the easiest way to do that is by connecting that through our API token. For that, you want to go to your Wix dashboard and then go to the top right till you see account settings right here. Go there, and then all the way at the left at the bottom, we can see API keys, and we want to click generate API key, and I'm going to name this migration. We want to give this all permissions, and we want to click generate key. We want to send a code, as we have to verify that we actually want to make this key. Now a code is sent to your email address and you want to fill in that code. So for me, it is this one, just like that. And we click verify and generate key. Now the key has been made, so I click copy token and close. There we go. Now we go back to cart to cart, paste in our API token, and now we want to add our source URL, which is simply the URL of your site. This one, I can copy that, paste it in, and click next step. Now as we can see, the source store has been connected, and now we need to connect with Shopify. And for that, the easiest way is to install the cart to cart app. So for that, I'll go back to Shopify. Then we want to go ahead and type in cart to cart, just like that, and then it's going to show up right here as a store migration app. Click on that. From here, we want to click the install button. And then now right here, we want to click install once again. There we go. And now it's going to bring us to the app just like that. And now right here, we want to select, I already have a cart to cart account. We just made that. And you want to log in with your email and password. And you received your password through your email. I got it right here as well. As you can see, the email and the password. So I'll fill it in right here, just like that, and click sign in and connect. And now as you can see, we are logged in, and this is the migration we are doing. Click on migration wizard and then click on continue migration, and right here select the first site. Now if you have a custom domain name like me, it's not going to show, but you can simply click on it anyway and click on next step. And now we are at step 3, from where we can select all the data points. So for me, I'm going to select the products, I can do our blogs, customers, and then from here I can do next step. And now these are the things that are going to be transferred in this demo. As you can see, it's only limited to 10 within the demo, but first we need to complete this demo to make sure the connection has gone complete. So we click on next step. Now we have some additional options. The first one is clearing the current data on the target store. So we don't really need to do this in this case, as we just created the Shopify store. It's completely fresh. There's no data on that. But if you want to clear that before migrating, you can tick this box. The one I do recommend though are these two. Create 301 redirections on your target store after migration. And this one as well. These ones aren't necessary. I would recommend to just read them thoroughly and make your own decision based on your preferences. Then click start demo migration. And now it's already going to start a migration right here, which is going to take a couple of moments. Okay, there we go. Now everything has been transferred. As you can see under the products, all of these have been transferred from Wix. We can also take a look at that just to show you how that would be. So inside our Wix dashboard, I'll quickly want to show you the catalog that I had on here. As you can see, the products, all of these were added here. And then now if we go to Shopify, and we can also go to products right here, we can see that they have been all imported. So the description, the pricing, the pictures, everything has been imported. Same as the collections, also the customers. I think if we go to customers, I did a dummy purchase, which I did right here, and also this one has been imported. So all the data points have been successfully added, which means that the migration was successful. Now that we know that everything works, let's set up this full migration. So we scroll down, we click on set up full migration, and then at the beginning you might also see a insurance plan, and this protects you against failed or corrupted migrations. For example, plan 1 gives you 14 days of remigrations for about 9% extra cost, and I usually recommend this just for peace of mind. Then for the transfer, you want to select all the data points that you have. So all your products, the blogs, the customers, and my Wix site was very plain. I made this for another tutorial, so there are not many things on here. But if I would have reviews or more blogs, as you can see, they are empty. Everything would show here if you have a full site. So you want to review all the things you want to migrate to the other site, and then all the way at the bottom, you can see your price with the discount, as you can see as well, which you get by using the link down below. This is where you can then do the migration. You can see the options that we've added, and now once you start this migration, everything will be added officially by the team. Then once this transfer is complete, we now have all the data points of our store on Shopify. However, this is all information on the back end, and Car2Car does an amazing job transferring all your data. It doesn't migrate your storefront design, as you can see right here. This is because Wix and Shopify use completely different template systems and design structures. So your homepage, the theme, the layout, the colors, the fonts, there's no way to automatically migrate these to a different website builder. But don't worry, this is actually a good thing, because this gives you a chance to recreate even a better looking site. And you basically have two options here. The first option is to rebuild the design yourself using the drag and drop system inside Shopify. You'd upload your logo, recreate the banners, the images, everything. And this can work if you have the time and design skills, but it's pretty time consuming. But here is what I would actually recommend and what I do every single time. For this, you want to go to Fiverr and hire a Shopify designer to clone your Wix store design. I've done this multiple times, and it's honestly the best option. Just search for Shopify website design or something like Wix to Shopify migration, and then click search, and you'll find tons of freelancers, as you can see right here, that specialize in exactly this, cloning Wix sites to Shopify. The typical cost ranges from between $50 to $100 for simple design migrations to up to $300 for more complex or highly customized sites. I usually give them access to my editor account inside Wix, and also obviously in Shopify, where they can make the design, and then within a few days I have a perfect replica that often looks better than the original. And once your data is migrated and your design is recreated, there are just a few things you'll still need to set up manually. First, you need to configure your payment methods. For that, go to settings right here at the bottom left. Then you want to find payments right here, and this is then where you can set up the payment system. And just like Wix, Shopify has a built-in payment provider, which is really solid and has all the big payment options on there. Next, set up your shipping options and rates, which you can do right here, which again is very similar to Wix. I'm not going to dive too deep into these things in this video, but there are countless of videos on YouTube that show you exactly how to do this. Once everything is set up and tested on Shopify, you can cancel your Wix subscription. But I always recommend keeping both stores running for at least a week or two while you make sure everything is working perfectly on the Shopify side. And that's it. You successfully successfully migrated your entire Wix store to Shopify. The whole process from data migration to design recreation usually takes about a week if you hire someone to handle design and a couple weeks more if you do it yourself. Again, for cart to cart, I'll leave a link down in the description, and if you found this tutorial helpful, please leave a like, please subscribe, and see you in the next one. Have a good day.